right, man.
Okay, let's do number 2.
4, 3, 2, and 1. Sports office this week, close to the New Mexico Bowl, so that means one thing. Executive Director of the New Mexico Bowl, Jeff Siembieda, is here to join us. And Jeff, this is a busy time for you. Got lots of stuff going on, but it's an exciting time.
It's so good. It's game time. I mean, you're an athlete. You get it. Anybody who's ever played, it's like, you practice. Right. It's game time. It's adrenaline. You get tired. You get crazy. You get busy, and it's fun. It's what we do, and it's exciting. And this year especially is really exciting.
Are you guys going to sell out? Because I mean, you got BYU. BYU always sold out the Las Vegas Bowl, and then you got UTEP right down the road, and their fans travel. I mean, this New Mexico Bowl, it might be hard to get a ticket.
I hope so. Yeah. So I mean, we're selling certainly at a better pace than we ever have in the past. I'm not going to promise a sellout, although I would love one. It would be great. The interest is tremendous. The interest is certainly the highest we've seen it in a few years, and I think it certainly borders on when the Lobos were in the game in certain respects. The travel is going to be incredible. The inquiries that we've been getting from all over the region have been great. The hotels are full. There's reservations at restaurants. Wow. It's the economic impact that this event should have on Albuquerque, but I think on the entire state, is going to be very tangible. I mean, you think of the people who are driving up from El Paso, they'll stop and have lunch in Socorro and gas up. People who are coming in from, BYU fans from Utah, from Arizona, they're going to stop in Farmington or Las Vegas or wherever it is along the way and eat and gas. And so, obviously Albuquerque is going to feel the big piece of it. But it's tangible, and for the New Mexico Tourism Department and the Albuquerque Convention Visitors Bureau, who have been our premier sponsors since day one, this is kind of what we envisioned, Van. This should be what a bowl game is: two passionate fan bases who travel, who come and take over our town for a few days, enjoy our people, celebrate with them, and celebrate this football season, and it should be perfect. And the weather's supposed to be good too. I checked with Mark. He said, "Oh yeah, it's gonna be perfect."
Well, now the heat is on the teams to put on a good game because, man, New Mexico Bowl the last couple of years, those games have been double overtime, crazy games where people are watching and say, "Man, that was the best game." I mean, and people get excited about the game. So now it's left up to the teams.
And we kind of have the same formula in a lot of respects. Everybody's giving BYU the love, and UTEP is a double-digit underdog if you are into those kind of things. It's kind of the formula we've had the last few years. Fresno State was, if I remember correctly, a double-digit favorite, both here and Colorado State as well. Yeah. And the dog came back and won in spectacular fashion. And you don't sleep on UTEP now because the Miners have talent. They might be a 6-6 team. What are you guys new?
Well, this is live. This is what happens on the sports office. My phone rings sometime. This time, this photographer, Bob Thomas's phone rang.
That's awesome. So, was it important? Do you need to take that?
Yeah.
I got time. Okay.
See, that's everybody who ever watched the sports office knows it's very informal like that.
No, it should be.
We go. It's like reality TV. We just go with whatever's going on.
It should be. But I would say don't sleep on UTEP. And they've got Trevor Vitito, their quarterback, who is the most prolific passer in the history of UTEP football. It's better than Jordan Palmer, better than some of the guys they've had.
That's interesting.
They've got two really strong running backs in both Donald Buckram and Joe Banyard, and they're getting healthy. This is a team that won 5 of their first 6 and started getting beat up. How about this? And you get football. They started 8 different combinations on the offensive line in their last 8 games, and they went through 4 different centers.
And you know how hard that is?
I get it, right? Yeah. And most people don't. But hopefully, over the last few weeks, they've had time to heal up. Mike Price says that they're hungry. They want to be here. They want to win. And, I was down there. This is embarrassing. I mean, I got a standing ovation when I was in the room with the football players doing out. I'm looking around like, who's here? I mean, it was just ridiculous. But it was genuine. These kids were like almost crying, and they want to be here. They haven't been there in 5 years, and they want to be here. And BYU wants to be here too. And I've heard so many times, how are they to deal with? They're great. Bronco Mendenhall. He loves this place.
Cool and he's Bronco personally just from his Lobo days.
He's so real, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's a real guy, man.
Yeah, and they want to be here too, and they're happy to be doing something different. And I love the people at the Las Vegas Bowl. I'm sorry, the Mako Bowl, Las Vegas. Right. Tina, John, they're my friends, good friends. I work with them, but and they do a great job. And I'm going to their game next week. But it's always good to do something different after you've done the same thing for 5 straight years. And so we're going to put on a heck of a show for them.
Yeah, Broncos seem excited about coming to New Mexico Bowl because of being in Las Vegas Bowl so many times. Now, You know,
Mako Bowl, Las Vegas.
Mako. Oh,
it's the Mako Bowl, Las Vegas.
They got you guys. Make sure you put the sponsor in. You know how on a TV station we usually leave that off, even with those big races that come on.
I know.
But anyway, you got a new partnership coming up with the Pac-12. How did the WAC take that? I mean, were they upset, or did they kind of understand it? You know, because Carl Benson, I've known him for a while too. He's an upstanding guy. He's a cool guy.
I love Carl, man.
So how did that go down? I mean, when you had to break the news and you formed this other partnership.
You know, Carl and I spoke. I have the utmost admiration for Carl, and the Pac-12 deal was not an indictment on the WAC. This wasn't an indictment on anything that they've done. They have been tremendous partners for the New Mexico Bowl since our inception, and I've got great friends throughout that league, at San Jose State, at Nevada, at Fresno State, at New Mexico State. Rob Akey at Idaho is one of my favorite people in college sports, and Carl. This wasn't about the WAC and what they've done. This was about securing the future of our event. There was an opportunity with the Pac-10 expanding to the Pac-12. They were looking for another bowl partner. They were looking for another bowl partner in the region, and there were a lot of people who wanted to be affiliated with them. Obviously, I'd like to believe we've got a nice reputation now over the first 4 years of how we've treated people and the way we operate and the way this community has welcomed the bowl. The WAC's future obviously was, and to some extent is, still uncertain. I don't know if they know, and certainly, you know, what is the league going to look like in X number of years, and there was some uncertainty there. The opportunity with the Pac-12 to bring in some of these premier institutions. Right. There's 4 teams in the Pac-12 that are within a fair drive, with Arizona, Arizona State, Colorado, and Utah. That's more than there are in the WAC for us. I mean, there's one really with New Mexico State. Texas State and UTSA are joining the league, but you started looking at the history of those institutions and we listened to fans, football fans, and you heard it, Van.
Yeah. I
mean, football fans in our state were starting to say, well, okay, now when can we bring in one of the bigger schools? When can we affiliate with one of the 6 automatic qualifiers? And so this was an opportunity for us to listen to our fans, to expand what we're doing, to go into markets. You know, the other big part of it is this bowl was created to attract tourism to the state of New Mexico. Well, now we are in some big markets. Now we're in Phoenix and Tucson. Now we're going to be exposed in the Los Angeles area with USC and UCLA, in the Bay Area with Stanford and Cal, all throughout the state of Oregon and Washington, and now into the Rocky Mountain region. So there were a lot of reasons why it made sense. It's not an indictment on the WAC. I'm incredibly fond of the WAC, and they've been great for us. This was just an opportunity for our event to take a little step of growth and try to secure ourselves as we move forward.
What about this year's bowl game? Are there going to be any new wrinkles, like anything like, guy flying out of the sky to,
Yeah, they're going to get married. Guys getting married on the way out of the plane. No, I'm kidding. You're looking at me like, really?
I was like,
really? That's going to be good. Actually, we had somebody call today wanting to propose to his girlfriend on national TV. Well, I can't do that. Well, what about on the big screen? Well, we've had a lot of different things. We're going to do a few things differently with the Bowl Week. We've moved the welcome dinner that El Pinto has always done at their restaurant. They're still going to do it because they're the greatest. But we're going to do it at the Anderson Abruzzo Albuquerque International Balloon Museum. And we're going to expose them now to the balloon capital of the world. We'll have our balloon glow going on outside. And then they're going to come back and go through the gift suite, which is so popular. Part of the bowl gifts, then they will go through and pick out their own electronics. And from TVs to cameras to game stations to stuff. I don't even know. I was looking at the list. I'm like, wow, that's cool. I'm an old man because I don't know what the heck this stuff is.
What is something, like, excuse me.
Bless you.
For some of the people, like, watching online, and if they say, well, what do the players get? When you say they got a gift suite, what do we explain that and some of the goodies they get so some of these high school players coming up can get jealous. Yeah,
and they will. And it's one of the things, honestly, when I was in El Paso last week, what are we going to get? We can get a TV? No way. I mean, it was real. We'll give them each a nice Oakley backpack, and there's going to be a pair of Oakley sunglasses in there that retail at about $120 or whatever, and a beanie, and there's a pen in there, actually kind of like the pen that you got in your pocket. And there's a few other things in there. And then the NCAA caps everything at $500 a player. which is good because it puts us on the same level as the Fiesta Bowl and the Rose Bowl. And then they're going to go into this gift suite and get $250 worth of electronics. And there's going to be 5 tables. They get 5 points. 1-point tables, headphones and docking station, whatever. 2-point table, 3-point table. They got the PSPs. 4 points, 5-point tables got a Bravia Sony surround sound and a TV and all kinds of stuff. So they can go in. They can get 1 5-point item or 5 ones or 3 and a 2, and they're on their phones with their mom. What should I get? I don't got enough points. Hey man, let me use one of your points. It's awesome, and it's like shopping for them, and it's another event for them, and then it's shipped directly to them, and it's a tremendous. It's kind of the rage right now in bowls. We did it last year, and it's pretty special. The kids love it, and that's one of the big things they want to know is what are we getting? What are we getting?
Good time to be a football player, going to a bowl game. Good time to be a guy putting on a bowl. Jeff, thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, Van, my pleasure. Thanks for all the support all over the years. I mean, here we are. You believe it? We're in the 5th year.
I know.
I heard all the haters. I know you did, and you were one of the people who believed it 5 years or 4 years ago.
Yeah, because I'm always for pumping, like progression for your community and stuff like that, and it always dumbfounds me when people are like putting their own community down.
Well, but you remember, Van, I mean, you and I talked at length about this, and it was a vision. Like I said in the commercial, it was an idea, and there are people who bought in on the vision and what this could be, and it's going to grow. But here we are 5 years in. There's kids now, your kids' age actually, and younger. This is what the holiday season means. They go to the bowl game, and that's how you create tradition at the grassroots. You start bringing your kids. We're a 5-year-old bowl in a 100-year-old system. I mean, it's pretty amazing. And we know who we are. I mean, I get where we are on the bowl ladder, and we're climbing, and we're certainly establishing a reputation for ourselves. But for this community, I think people are really starting to say, you know what, this is cool. You hear less and less haters every year, and if you don't like the matchup, hey, don't go.
They're crazy. That game last year. Yeah. And one more story. I know I said already.
That's how I'm good.
But one more story about last year's game is the Wyoming quarterback, Carter Samuel, Austin Carter Samuel. He said we were looking at the trophies for the offensive player of the year of the game and the defensive player of the game. He said, those are cool. Which one is offensive? I said, this one. He said, hey boys, here's my trophy. And
sure enough, he got it, man. And the trophies are so unique. They're Native American art. They're leather shields with the feathers coming off and the hand painting. It's another thing that we've done. I mean, you saw the reception to the trophies yesterday.
Everybody loves those.
They love them. They love them. There's a few people who don't. Let the haters hate. I'm okay with that.
But it's a work of art.
It's a work of art, and it's unique every year, and it's special, and it's part of who we are in New Mexico. And we've tried to embrace, our culture here, and this is a big reason why this game's attractive. There's so many diverse, special things here, from the chili cook-off to the balloons, to the awards that we do, to the Ladies' Day out at Tamaya. It's special. So we're blessed, and I know how blessed I am to be able to do this. And you get discouraged, as you do. I mean, all your emails aren't love emails, and nor mine. And I stopped about 20 years ago trying to make everybody love me because I knew I couldn't do it. But if you really believe you're doing the right thing and you believe you're doing it the right way, then you can look at the guy in the mirror every night. And I do believe in my heart, and you know how passionate I am about this, and our staff is, and our staff is incredible. And we've been together now for 5 games. I believe in my heart this is a good thing for our community. This is my home, man. I've been here 15 years. I'm not going anywhere. I got a 4.5-year-old little girl. This is where I am, and I want this place to thrive. And I love this place, and I'm proud of it. And I want this to be something of which we're proud. And I think we're well on our way. And it's really, really cool that people are starting to get it. I understand skepticism early. Show me. Okay, and we're going to continue. And if we have to show you another year, we're going to do that. But I believe in what we're doing. I think we're doing it the right way. And I got to be honest with you. It's been a lot of hard work, and I'm so doggone proud of what this thing has become, and I hope other people in New Mexico are, and I'm proud of the vision that I think it's going to be 5 years from now.
Good, well said. Jeff Siembieda, Executive Director of the New Mexico
Thanks,
Bowl.
man.
I'm Van Tate, as Jeff has just said. And Bob Thomas behind the camera, Robert Pugsley, MIA today, so we'll see you next time.